Hi guys, I am here today with my lovely client and we are doing some really pretty mauve nails on her. This color is from the LED line called Mauvella. It's been around forever, so it's one of those ones that people wouldn't have known about if they're only seeing kind of the new collections pop out. But it's this really pretty mauve color that has just a little bit of a pearl kind of shimmer to it. You guys see that? It's a really pretty color. So we are doing that. She said, I want a mauve, and I said, okay. And just grabbed one. And this is one that is definitely a really nice one to use in the spring, so a favorite for sure. And I'm going to show you guys how to mix 3D gel art powder and how to make a rose. So we're going to ignore that Jessica's making a lot of noise. And she's doing a pedicure right next to me. Gonna finish this hand, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to mix your 3D gel art powder to make the rose. Now, if you want to do a tone on tone, you can. So if you didn't want a white rose, and say you wanted Mauvella and you just wanted it light, a little bit lighter, you can do that. So the fun part about the 3D gel art powder is that you can really customize any color that you want with what you already have. So for less than $10, you get the pot of powder. It looks like this. And you can create any color. And that way you don't have to carry, 15 or 20 different 3D gel colors. You can just carry one thing. And depending on whether you want to have dry flowers or whether you want just really pretty, kind of bubbly daisies, which was the other thing we were debating doing. But she chose mauve instead of blue. If it was blue background, I would have done daisies, which is really cute too. So go ahead and do this. So again, this is Mauvella, really pretty color. Hi, Tatiana. All right, so after I'm done with my color, I'm going ahead, actually, let me top coat. You can top coat your color, so you don't want to be putting this onto your tacky layer and then try to top coat over it, because the colors, your 3D looks, I think it looks cooler when it's matte. So we'll be doing the roses in matte. And you also lose a little bit of the definition if you are doing your 3D and then you end up covering it. So you pay attention to this. And let me know if anyone says anything, and then I can help answer the questions. Okay. It is a really pretty color. So you're not going to find as many pearls and things like that in the Luxio line. So I do use a lot of Luxio, but for these really pretty kind of pearls with a little bit of shimmer to them, they're really unique. You're going to find these in the options line. And you mix those with a little spatula, because if the pearls sink down a little bit, that is something that really makes it different than what you have in a bottle. So really pretty color. Go ahead and put that in for me, please. Looks like something dragged through that. Did you guys see that? I don't know if it got bumped or if there was something that dragged through that, but I'm not gonna let my client leave like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab and do one more coat, just so that we don't see this funky line through her nail. And if you float over it, it will fill it right in, and it'll look perfect again. So go ahead and put that hand back in. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys how to mix your gel art powder. So I typically use a tile. You can use the back of a form. You can use a mirror. I really like using a towel. Sorry, this is all dirty. I need to print some more of these, and I keep forgetting. So I swear I had a whole pile, but apparently not. I'll get around to that. Okay, so I'm gonna take your gel art powder and whatever color you want to use. So I like to use white gel paint from the Gel Play collection. Okay, so I'm going to use gel paint white, and I'm going to grab a dollop with my spatula and drop it on. And then drop in some powder. There's no like rhyme or reason to how much. Just get it in there and smash it. And if it's too dry to the consistency you want, you add more gel. And if it's too wet, then you add more powder. So what I'm looking for with this is, because I want to do roses that really have more definition, I don't want this to smooth out really easily. And see how it just smooths out really easily right there? Not enough powder for what I'm going for. So I'm going to add a little bit more. And I'm just doing roses on 2 fingers, and so I don't need a lot, but you want to gauge how much you need based on how many fingers you're going to do. If you're going to do a ton, mix a whole bunch at once. You don't want to have to keep mixing, but this will be enough for 2 flowers. So when I touch this, see how it makes little peaks, and they pretty much stay there? That should be pretty good. So when I press my petals into place, they're going to stay. Yeah, it should be good. All right. So the other thing that you're going to need is your a dappen dish of some kind, or the lid off of your prep and wipe, and just take a little bit, and you want some fluid into somewhere, and this is to clean your brush, so your brush does not stick to your 3D product. Okay. Gonna give me this one. That squeak. I love that. That's because I used gel plate. Now this one needs top coat, so I'm going to top coat this hand real quick, because remember I had to stop for this sad little finger really quick. Now you can use Shine On instead of Luxio Gloss. Shine On is our tack-free top gloss, really popular with chrome and stuff. It's a little bit runnier, so I don't mind wiping the tack off, so I really like using Luxio Gloss. I use Shine On toes though, that's for sure. But I like to be able to float my gloss on there, sometimes a little bit thicker depending on if there's bumps on the nail or anything like that, or if I have glitter, and Shine On will run a little bit easier than Luxio Gloss will. And so I typically will use Luxio Gloss. All right, in you go. Okay, so now onto roses. So I'm going to use my number 6 brush. Give it a good wipe. Just make sure your hand's all the way in, thumb too, please. So this is the number 6 brush. It'll come out to a point like this, and you want to dip it in your liquid just a little bit, and that's just to make sure that nothing sticks to it. And this is a pretty quick process once you get going. So I'm going to be cutting my ball with my brush, pick it up, set it down where I want it. I'm going to wipe my brush off, and then going with the flower in the middle, I'm going to angle my brush up so that it's thinner in the middle and thicker on the outside. Okay? Now, what you need to do is not overlap this. So if I'm going completely opposite, then you can do the next ball. But if you're going to overlap them at all, then you need to freeze it for a few seconds. So I'm not going to overlap them. So I'm going to just press this in, and I'm angling my brush with the point down towards the center, and I'm trying not to make this perfect. It looks better when it's not perfect. Okay, go ahead on in. I'm going to wipe the other hand, and I'm literally going to go back and forth from hand to hand, so you're not waiting for the light at all, or you can just freeze it between petals on the same hand. So maybe I'll just do that so I don't confuse you guys. Okay, go ahead and put that back. Go ahead and come back. So I'm grabbing another little ball, put it down where I want it. And you kind of gotta circle around so that you get the right angle. But I'm angling with my brush, point towards the center, and a little bit raised up towards the outside, sticking a little bit to my brush. And because this is gel, you don't have to race the clock, okay? And if you hate it, you can take it off. So, love that. So that one's sticking up just a little bit too much for a real world situation. You guys see that? So, ta-da! Do that. And then I can actually just press this back in here and recreate it. So, go ahead and freeze that. I'll just stick with the same hand. I'm gonna just get the other ball ready. Okay, come back. So then I'm gonna drop this one on the fold between those two. Again, coming at an angle with my brush. Press down. I'm pressing and I'm pulling out. And I want this to kind of stay right about there. Okay, grab the next ball. Right here. So this is really fun, like easy little flower for Mother's Day, which, in case you forgot, is next weekend. So, okay, so this is overlapping. So I should have froze that because what's happening is these two petals are overlapping. So I'm going to stick that in. Okay, come back. Grab my next ball, drop that in. And what I can do at this point is I can either, I think I'm going to press one more in and then I'm going to do my last one. Okay, go ahead. This is going to be my center. Come back. Drop this in, and then I get my brush into a point, so I just rolled it into a point. And then coming in the center, I'm going to wiggle and press. And that's it. Pretty little rose. And then you can add a couple little petals or tendrils or things like that coming out of the side. And a tiny little fine thing. On the other hand, I'll probably do a partial rose. I don't like to do the exact same design on both, so I'll start the rose probably on half the nail. And sometimes I like to just do a little curly Q coming out the side. So to do that, pull your 3D gel down. And kind of pet it. Okay. All right, go ahead and put that in all the way. So she's going to go ahead and set that. This hand is ready to go. And then at the end, the only thing I'm going to do to finish these is going to be to file the perimeter of the nails and then go under with my E-file just on the end, as I always do for my 30-day manicure. Okay, so now we're just going to do a quick one on this side. So this is just easy, quick salon style design. I love all the intricate stuff that sometimes people do, but I don't have time for that when I have an hour appointment. This is the kind of thing I have time for, and it's pretty. And so again, I'm going to drop the ball, and then I'm coming in at an angle and this time I'm doing it from the side. So she's going to get kind of a side of a rose as opposed to the full frontal. Okay, go ahead and put that in. As she's in there, I'm getting my next ball ready. And just cut it and come back. So again, if you wanted a tone on tone, you could have taken the pink that we used on the underside of her, on her color, and added a little bit of white to it just to make it a little bit lighter. And you can do a pink rose on the nail that is just going to pop, but be just slightly different in color and still look similar. So, I don't know why that one's not on there. Okay, come back. So this one, because it's only half, I'm really only going to do 3 petals. There's all kinds of flower petal designs that you can do. I'm sure many of you have tried different ones. I like doing daisies too. I think they're super cute. And there's different, some people just do like quick 3-color or 3-petal roses. There's nothing wrong with that. But again, I just make a hole and then I just push it out. And because I was doing that and didn't cure it, it's meshing and melding together. And I should have set it. That's what happens when you don't set it, friends. Oh, now I don't like it. Make it go away. Okay, set that. Set your petals, people. It'll make you much happier. Okay. You come back. And it only takes 2 or 3 seconds to get it to where it's curing, where it's not going to collapse and melt into the other one. So if you guys are asking questions, my other feed is not actually showing me any questions. So my apologies if there are questions going on that I am not seeing. No, that's earlier. Okay. Just going to go ahead and finish this up. If you guys have questions, I will answer them later. Hopefully the video didn't drop out. I don't think it did. Now if you wanted to, you definitely could put a stone in the center of the nail on these. If you wanted to add a little bit of bling. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of bling. I'm not going to today, but you can. Alright. So for a petal or a leaf, there's all kinds of leaves that you can do. Something in. It's not turning on. The sensor someone might have gotten gel on the sensor. So here's a little trick. If you have LED lamps that have sensors and your light isn't turning on, there's 2 reasons that will typically cause that. Can't see. Sorry, there you go. 2 things that will typically cause problems with your lights not turning on. 1, someone might have put gel when they bumped their nail into the light, the side of the light. They might have actually covered the sensor with gel. I have picked gel off of sensors before. So check your sensors. They're the little round things on the side. And you can see if they have gotten gel on them. Or they're only putting their hand in part way, or they're trying to get 1 finger in. And a lot of the time the sensors require all 5 fingers to be in, because the thumb is what's activating the sensor and it's on the side. And so if they're just trying to put 1 finger in, there's nothing that's going to activate the sensor. So make sure your clients are putting their fingers all the way in, and it'll make your life easier. Alright, so quick little rose. I hope this helped you guys. If you have some of that gel art powder and you're not sure what to do with it, I hear that a lot when I have classes. People go, oh, I got it, but I've never used it. You can use Luxio to mix your gel art powder. So if you have a color that you're doing and you want a flower or you want some 3D polka dots or something out of that, you can absolutely use the Luxio you're using, or you can use the options. So either of them will work. I don't like that. If you don't like it, just take it away. Debbie's laughing at me. Just getting a kick out of me randomly, just deleting things as I go. I just want a little swirly do. Oh, I forgot that that was not cured yet. Disaster. Oopsies. Fixing. Alright guys, there it is. Not sure I like that either, but we need a little tendril of something. A little vinage. Just needs to be. There we go. Alright. Thank you very much. We're going to get the other one. Here's our two little rose action today with our gel art powder and Mavella from the UV LED collection. Thanks for joining us. Go ahead and put that back in the cure, and we'll see you guys later.